Picnic time for teddy bears. The little teddy bears are having a lovely time today. Watch them, catch them unawares, and see them picnic on their holiday. See them gaily gad about. They love to play and shout, they never have any care. At 6 o'clock their mummies and daddies will take them home to bed because they're tired little teddy bears. They're so drowsy, so sleepy, they're tired little teddy.
Once upon a time, there lived an old woman and an old man. They loved each other very much, but they were very sad because they had no children. So one day, the old woman went to her husband and said, "Husband dear, would you make me a clay pot in the shape of a little boy, and he will be our son?" Now, the old man thought for a minute, and then, because he loved his wife very much, he decided that he would try. So he took some clay, and he shaped it into a little boy, and then he put it into the oven. When it was done, he set it on the table, bright and shiny. No sooner was it standing there that it began to ask for food. "Dear mother, I'm hungry," said the clay pot boy. And the old woman ran to get him some milk and some bread. She put the milk and the bread down right in front of him, and he gobbled it all up and drank it all down. And he was still hungry. "I'm hungry! I'm hungry!" And again the old woman ran to town, and soon there wasn't a drop of milk or a crumb of bread left in the whole entire village. And the clay pot boy was still hungry. "I'm hungry! I'm hungry! But there is no food or milk left in the village," said the old woman. And with that, the clay pot boy gobbled up the old woman and her spinning wheel and the old man with his walking stick. And he was still hungry. So he started to walk down the road to town. He had not walked very far before he came upon a bull. When he saw the bull, he stopped and said, "I drank 10 tubs of milk, I ate 5 baskets of bread, the old woman with her spinning wheel, the old man with the walking stick, and now, bull, I'm going to eat you." And he did. He gobbled up the bull, horns and all. And he was still hungry. "I'm hungry! I'm hungry!" So he had to keep walking down that road. He walked and he walked. Do you think he was getting bigger? Yes, he was getting much bigger. And soon he came upon a woodcutter. When he saw the woodcutter, he stopped and said, "I drank 10 tubs of milk, I ate 5 baskets of bread, the old woman with her spinning wheel, the old man with his walking stick, the bull horns and all, and now, woodcutter, I'm going to eat you." And he did. Lickety-split, he ate up the woodcutter and his axe. But he was still hungry. Was he getting bigger? Yes. He was getting very big. And he could only walk very slowly. So it was some time before he came upon a farmer and his wife. When he saw the farmer and the wife, he stopped and said, "I drank 10 tubs of milk, I ate 5 baskets of bread, the old woman with her spinning wheel, the old man with his walking stick, the bull horns and all, the wood chopper with his axe, and now, farmer and wife, I'm going to eat you." And he did gobble them right up, the farmer with his hoe and the farmer's wife with her rake, and he was still hungry. Was he getting bigger? Yes. He was tremendously big. Oh, he could hardly walk. But since he was still hungry, he had to keep walking. And so he walked down the road, around the bend. He came upon a tree, and in the tree there was a rooster that was crowing and a hen sitting on an egg. When he saw the rooster and the hen, he stopped and said, "I drank
drank 10 tubs of milk. I ate 5 baskets of bread. The old woman with her spinning wheel, the old man with his walking stick, the bullhorns and all, the wood chopper with his axe, the farmer with his hoe, the farmer's wife with her rake. And now, rooster and hen, I'm gonna eat you.
And he did. It took him 2 bites. One for the rooster that was crowing, and one for the hen and her egg. But you know what? He was still hungry. But by now, he was ready for dessert. He looked around, and he saw a fine wooden barn.
I see you,
said the clay pot boy to the fine wooden barn.
I drank 10 tubs of milk. I ate 5 baskets of bread. The old woman with her spinning wheel, the old man with his walking stick, the bullhorns and all, the wood chopper with his axe, the farmer with the hoe, the farmer's wife with her rake, the rooster that was crowing, and a hen, and her egg. And now, barn, I'm gonna eat you.
And he did, in one big bite. And he was still hungry. And was he big?
Yes.
He was so big that he almost had to lift one leg in front of the other,
Which made him even hungrier from all that work. So he had to keep walking down that road. It took him so long, but finally he did come upon a billy goat standing at the bottom of a hill. When he saw the billy goat, he stopped and said,
I drank 10 tubs of milk. I ate 5 baskets of bread. The old woman with her spinning wheel, the old man with his walking stick, the bullhorns and all, the wood chopper with his axe, the farmer with his hoe, the farmer's wife with her rake, the rooster that was crowing, the hen, the egg, and a fine wooden barn. And now, Billy Goat, I'm gonna eat you.
well, when the billy goat heard that, he said, what a good idea! Let me help you. You stay here at the bottom of the hill, and I will climb up the top. If you open your mouth, I will run down the hill and jump right in. The clay pot boy thought, and he decided that yes, this was a very good idea. It would save him an awful lot of work. So he stood there at the bottom of the hill. The billy goat ran up the hill. He turned around. He lowered his head. He shook his horns. He ran down the hill and he smashed the clay pot boy into thousands of tiny pieces. And out of the clay pot pieces came the old woman with her spinning wheel, the old man with his walking stick, the bull, horns and all, the wood chopper with his axe, the farmer with his hoe, the farmer's wife with her rake, the rooster that was crowing, and the hen sitting on the egg. And there in the middle of the clay pot pieces sat a fine wooden barn, 5 tubs of milk, 10 baskets of bread. Oh yes. Do you know that from that day on, everyone loved the clay pot boy? Thank you. They loved the billy goat. They didn't like the clay pot boy at all. And you know what? The old woman and the old man never again made a clay pot boy. Does that remind any of you of another story? What? The gingerbread boy, except it was a gingerbread, and it was everybody that wanted to eat the gingerbread rather than a clay pot wanting to eat everybody else. Ready to go back in time again? 5,000 years. Okay. A long, long time ago, in a land far, far from here, one afternoon, asleep in the shade of an apple tree, there lay a foolish little rabbit. Now, the longer he lay, the more he began to wake up. Now, he wasn't completely awake, and he wasn't completely asleep. but his eyes were closed and he started to think foolish little thoughts. And one of these foolish little thoughts was, what if the earth were to break up? What if the earth were to break up? Well, that thought scared him half to death, and he woke up. But he was so scared, he wouldn't open his eyes. But he sat there and listened to the sounds of the forest. And sure enough, from behind him, he heard crash. Well, when he heard that noise, Foolish Rabbit jumped up, and he started to run. And as he ran, he started to cry, run, run for your life! The earth is breaking up! The earth is breaking up! Run, run for your life! Well, as he was running, he passed a second rabbit. Wait, wait! Stop! Stop, Rabbit! Tell me what's going on. Well, Foolish Little Rabbit would not stop, but he turned and called back over his shoulder, run, run for your life! The earth is breaking up! The earth is breaking up! The earth is breaking up! Well, if the earth's breaking up, thought the second rabbit, then I better start going. So now there were 2. Soon there were 3, then 4, then 5, then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Soon there were 100 rabbits running through the forest and shouting, run, run for your life! Run for your life! The earth is breaking up! The earth is breaking up! Now, in that same forest, there lived bears. And one of the bears, as luck would have it, was asleep at the edge of the clearing. And wouldn't you know it, if those 100 rabbits with their 100 rabbit-sized feet ran right over that bear.
What's going on here? Wait! Why are you running?
Well, the rabbits would not wait, but they did call back over their shoulders, run, run for your life, run for your life, the earth is breaking up, the earth is breaking up.
The earth is breaking up? Well, if the earth's breaking up, I better get going.
So he too started to run, and as he ran, he called,
Don't run for your life, don't run for your life, the earth is breaking up, the earth is breaking up.
well, in that forest on the other side of the clearing lived a second bear. Now this bear was wide awake, but he was extremely busy. You see, he was sitting next to a fallen tree and stuffing globs of honey into his mouth. And he had just stuffed in a particularly large glob when the bear and the rabbits went running by. Run, run for your life, run for your life!
Run for my life? Stop! Tell me what's happening.
What? They wouldn't stop, but they did call back over their shoulders. Run, run for your life! The earth is breaking up!
The earth's breaking up. I better get running.
So now there were 2, then there were, then 4, then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Soon there were 100 bears and 100 rabbits running through the forest and shouting, run, run for your life, run for your life, the earth is breaking up! In this same forest, there also lived elephants. And there was one elephant leaning up against a tree and scratching her back on the bark. And as she scratched, her ears were going back and forth, fanning at the flies. And it's with her elephant ears that she heard very faintly, run, run for your life, the earth is breaking up.
The earth's breaking up? What, the earth's breaking up? I better get going.
And she straightened herself up, and she took off charging through the forest so fast that her ears were plastered flat back against her head, and her tail was sticking straight out behind her. And as she ran, she trumpeted, run,
Run for your life! The earth's breaking up! The earth's breaking up!
Well, she was soon joined by a second elephant, so there were then
3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
soon there were 100 elephants and 100 bears and 100 rabbits all running through the forest and shouting, "Run, run for your life! The earth is breaking up! The earth is breaking up!" Can you imagine what with the size of the rabbits' feet, the size of the bears, and the tremendous size of the elephants, that the very floor of the forest started to shake? And it was this shaking that woke up
What's happening? Asked the snake anxiously. Why are you all running?
and then very faintly you could hear,
The earth is breaking up. The earth is breaking up. What? Said the snake. The earth's breaking up? Why, I'd better get sliding. And uncoiling himself, he glided down from his warm ledge and slid rapidly after the others. Run, run for your life. The earth is breaking up. The earth is breaking up. He was joined by another
he was
snake.
joined by a second snake, so there were then
3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
soon there were 100 snakes, 100 elephants, 100 bears, and 100 rabbits running and screaming, stampeding through the forest. They were making so much noise that it rose up from the forest floor, higher and higher and higher, up, 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 to a tall mountain ledge where Lion, king of beasts, was sleeping. He raised his lion head and he opened his tawny lion eyes and he looked down to the forest below. And there he saw hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of animals yelling and stampeding right toward the edge of a cliff.
What are these animals doing? If no one stops them, they will run off the edge of the cliff and be crushed to death on the forest floor below. Someone should stop them. I will stop them.
And he gathered his tremendous lion legs beneath him, and he took a tremendous lion leap, and he landed right in front of the stampeding animals that came crashing and tumbling to a stop. Get out of our way! Get out of our way! The earth is breaking up! The earth is breaking up!
What is going on here?
The earth is breaking up! The lion took his tremendous lion paw and he slammed it onto the floor of the forest.
The earth is not breaking up. Who told you that the earth is breaking up?
Elephants, hissed the snakes.
Bears!
Trumpeted the elephants.
It was the rabbits!
Bellowed the bears. The rabbits looked at one another and they turned to foolish little rabbit and they yelled,
Him!
Lion went over to foolish little rabbit and he lowered his tremendous lion head and he spoke gently to foolish rabbit.
Tell me, foolish rabbit, why is it that you think that the earth is breaking up?
Good day, sir. So nice of you to take an interest in what's happening. But you see, it was like this. I was asleep back there underneath the apple tree, and I heard it.
Asleep under an apple tree? Heard the sound?
Thought the lion.
Come, rabbit, let's you and I go back and investigate and find out what is truly the matter.
Oh, no. I couldn't possibly put you to all that trouble, sir. I'll just kind of like wait here, and I'm sure you can go back by yourself. Okay? Okay. I'll go. And the lion lifted the rabbit up onto his back, and cautioning him to hold tight to his mane, he took 1, 2, 3 tremendous lion leaps, and he landed back under the apple tree. He looked around, and that is when he saw it, lying there on the ground, big and bright, a shiny red apple. He picked the apple up.
Foolish rabbit, this is the sound you heard, the sound an apple makes when it falls from a tree and crashes to the ground below, not the sound of the earth breaking up.
Oops.
Come, we must go back and tell the others what we found.
Oh, no. It's been so much trouble for you already. I'll just kind of like stay here. It's much closer to my home, and you can go back and tell them. Okay? Okay, I'll go. Lion picked up Rabbit and the apple, put him on his back, and he took 1, 2, 3 tremendous lion leaps and landed back where the animals were waiting. He pushed Rabbit forward.
Rabbit has something he would like to share with you.
Hi, guys. Sure was a fun day for a run through the forest. Didn't all that exercise just feel so good? Oh, that. You're going to think this is so. What do I tell you? You see, I made a mistake. It wasn't really the earth breaking up at all. It was the sound that the apple made when it fell to the ground. You do understand, don't you?
Well, the animals looked at each other, and they turned to Foolish Rabbit, and they yelled, "No!" And surely they would have torn poor Foolish Rabbit ear from tail if it had not been for... Wait just a minute. You are all as much to blame as Foolish Rabbit. Not one of you stopped to find out what was truly the matter.
Ooh. No, the animals looked at each other and had to admit that Lion was right. They hadn't bothered to find out what was the matter. And one by one, they kind of slunk back into the forest to continue doing what they had been doing before Foolish Rabbit's big mistake. The lion looked around the clearing and he shook his head. And then he took a tremendous lion leap back up to his ledge, and he went back to his nap. Foolish Rabbit, he picked up the apple and he hopped back to the apple tree. He sat down in the shade, crossed his legs, and took a tremendous rabbit-sized bite.
Oh,
wiggle your skulls. Wake up what that is. And slap your shoes together and yell, Cucaracha! Now walk backwards and repeat the whole thing 4 times. If you feel that you've not learned this dance, you can always talk the next one out or read a book about tricks. For instance, he could ride this way with both hands off the handlebar. And he could ride this way like a cowboy on a wild bronco. And he could also ride backwards. But after a while, George got tired of doing tricks, and he went out onto the street. The newsboy was just passing by with his big bag full of papers. It's a bike you have there, he said to George. How would you like to help me deliver papers? He handed George the bag and told him to do one side of the street first, and then turn back and do the other side. George was very proud as he rode with his bag. He started to deliver the papers on one side of the street as he had been told. When he came to the last house, he saw a little river in the distance. Launched the boat. Would it float? It did. So George decided to make some more boats. Finally, he had used up all the newspapers, and he'd made so many boats that he couldn't count them. A whole fleet. Watching his fleet sailing down the river, George felt like an admiral. But watching his fleet, he forgot to watch where he was going. Uh-oh, suddenly...
The monastery Christmas is happy birthday. Here's yours. And here's a card from... See if I can open it. Oh, it says, Happy Birthday, and inside it says, Dear Curious George, I like you and I watch your show every day. Would you please write back to me? And hey, George, you got a pen pal there. There you go. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. So you guys all like Curious George? Yeah. Well, I heard that he really likes jokes. And guess what he likes jokes about the most? Guess what he likes jokes about the most? What do you think? No? Who said monkey? You're right. So I have some special monkey jokes, and I know, George, you're going to like them. Are you ready? Okay. Are you ready? George, what is the best way to attract a monkey in the jungle? Make a noise like a banana. All right, you'll like this one. I know you will. George. Oh, he's getting another birthday card. Wow. It's you. Look, that's you on the cover. And inside, he has trouble with his furry fingers. It says, Happy Birthday, George. Love, Chasky. Great. Oh, you have quite a selection, George, to take home. Okay, you ready for the next joke? You'll like this one. What did the chimp say when he heard that his sister had had a baby? Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. I don't think you like that one either. Okay. A new book. We'll try this book. Let's see here. Why don't monkeys live on the moon? Do you know why monkeys don't live on the moon? Do you, George? Because there are no bananas there. Didn't like that one either. Okay. Here's a good one. I know you'll like this one. I can't find it. What do monkeys wave on Flag Day? Good guess, George, but I don't think he's right. Star-Spangled Bananas! Okay, I know that this last joke killed us. What kind of snack do little monkeys have with their milk? Doesn't know. Chocolate chip cookies!
Well,
you go down in the woods today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go down in the woods today, you'd better go in disguise. For every bear that ever there was will gather there for certain, because today's the day the teddy bears have their picnic. Every teddy bear who's been good is sure of a treat today. There's lots of marvelous things to eat and some wonderful games to play. Beneath the trees where nobody sees, they'll hide and seek as long as they please, 'cause that's the way the teddy bears have their picnic. Well, if you go down in the woods today, you better not go alone. It's lovely down in the woods today, but safer to stay at home. For every bear that ever there was will gather there for certain, because today's the day the teddy bears have their picnic. Picnic time for teddy bears. The little teddy bears are having a lovely time today. Watch them, catch them unawares, and see them picnic on their holiday. See them gaily gad about. They love to play and shout, they never have any cares. At 6 o'clock their mommies and daddies will take them home to bed, because they're tired little teddy bears. Picnic time for teddy bears. The little teddy bears are having a lovely time today. Watch them, catch them unawares, and see them picnic on their holiday. See them gaily gad about. They love to play and shout, they never have any cares. At 6 o'clock their mommies and daddies